Welcome to Evernight Stories. Tonight, we set our lantern upon the water and drift into quiet. Take a slow, easy breath in and let it fall softly out. Another steady breath, no rush, in and out. Let your shoulders settle, your jaw loosen, your hands grow light. The day can stay where it is. Nothing presses on you now. Only breath, only night, only this river waiting in the dark. Imagine you are walking toward a riverbank at dusk. The sky holds its last threads of color, lavender melting into indigo, while the first stars appear, patient and small. The air carries a cool sweetness, a hint of damp earth and reeds. Underfoot, the ground is packed and smooth, a path formed by many quiet evenings like this one. You hear water before you see it, a soft hush, a continuous murmuring, like the sound a whisper would make if it became a stream. When the river opens in front of you, it seems to collect the sky in its hands. The surface holds the new starlight and the fading day at once, silver and violet moving together in slow, wide ripples. Near the shore, figures place small lanterns on the water. They move without hurry, more presence than person, their gestures careful and kind. Each lantern, once set free, steadies itself, then begins to drift, carrying a pale golden flame into the current. Come closer to the water's edge. Feel the coolness lifting from the surface, the featherweight mist on your skin. Breathe in, breathe out. The river breathes with you, long and even, a rhythm that asks nothing and keeps everything moving. A soft glow touches your shoes as one lantern passes near, its light pooling against the bank before sliding away. You are safe here. Brief pause. The night will carry you. You kneel for a moment and touch the edge of the water with your fingertips. It's cool, clear, and endlessly patient. The ripples that rise from your touch widen and soften, then disappear into larger movements you cannot see. A reed bends, then rights itself. Somewhere, a water bird shifts, feathers whispering, then goes still again. The river holds these small things the way a lullaby holds notes. One, then another, then silence between. On the sand beside you rests an unlit lantern. Its sides are thin and translucent, the paper washed with a hint of gold. Inside, a small flame waits at the wick. You lift it gently. It's lighter than you expect, as if it has been made for the purpose of drifting. The air around the lantern smells faintly of smoke and honey, the promise of a calm fire that will not consume, only glow. Breathe in and let the breath return to the river. Breathe out and feel the river answer back. Around you, the dusk deepens. The last color slips from the sky, and the first constellations gather above the dark tree line. On the water,
The earliest lanterns have spread into a scattered path of light, small suns traveling at the pace of the current. Their reflections lengthen, narrow, widen, gold upon silver, flame upon night, until the whole river seems dressed in quiet fire. Standing now, you hold the unlit lantern a little closer and watch the other lights drift. The sight changes something inside you, loosens one small knot you had forgotten about, then another. The river's hush fills the space where noise used to be. The evening has a way of arranging itself around your breath, so that every inhale feels like taking in the sky, and every exhale feels like giving your weight to the earth in gratitude. There is nothing more to do. The river knows the way. A presence comes to your side, no face to remember, only kindness to recognize. A flame is offered, a tiny living spark, which you tip toward your lantern's waiting wick. It catches with a soft bloom, amber bright, then settles into a steady glow. The lantern warms your hands through the thin paper. You can feel the pulse of the flame, not heat exactly, but a small, devoted life. When you're ready, you'll place this lantern on the water and watch it join the others. Not to hurry anything away, not to force anything to happen, but simply to let what you no longer need drift into a wider current. The river understands this language. The night does too. And soon you will step into a small wooden boat waiting in the shadows and let the lanterns lead you downstream.
For now, stand quietly at the edge, breathe with the river, and feel the evening arrange its calm around you. You stand at the river's edge, the paper lantern glowing softly in your hands. The flame within it is steady, not fierce, not fragile, simply alive, waiting to be set free. Around you, other lanterns drift, each one carrying its golden light away from the shore. Some move close together, glowing in pairs. Others separate, gliding on their own. Together, they create a constellation upon the water, stars scattered across a river instead of the sky. The presence beside you, kind, wordless, gestures gently to the water. You understand. Kneeling, you lower your lantern slowly, careful not to disturb the flame. The river accepts it at once, cradling the lantern on its surface. For a moment, it wobbles, adjusting to the movement, then steadies itself and begins to drift. Its reflection stretches into the current, a ribbon of gold stretching long and thin, then softening into ripples. The river carries it. You are carried too. You watch the lantern move away. It joins the others, part of the slow procession of light flowing downstream. The sight softens something deep inside you. It feels as though the lantern has taken a part of you with it, a worry, a thought, a piece of weight you no longer need, and has agreed to keep it safe as it drifts away. You breathe easier, your chest a little lighter, your shoulders less heavy.
The figure at your side offers you another lantern. Its paper glows faintly even before you light it, as though it already knows what it will become. You accept it with both hands, strike the flame, and watch as it blooms inside, filling the lantern with warm gold. The air smells faintly of wood smoke, mingling with the cool fragrance of the river. Once more, you kneel, lowering the lantern until the water holds it. The flame shivers, then steadies. The lantern glides forward, slow and certain, joining the others. This time, you feel your breath following it. Each inhale rises like its glow. Each exhale drifts away like its path. In and out. In and out. The river will remember for you. You do not need to hold on. You watch as the current gathers all the lanterns together, weaving them into gentle patterns. Some circle briefly, their light pooling, then separate again. Others travel in a long line, one following another like words in a quiet sentence. The whole river speaks with them. Not in language you can read, but in a rhythm you can feel. A third lantern waits. You accept it, light it, and place it carefully into the stream. As it drifts, you notice how naturally this release comes. There is no struggle, no clinging, only the river's patience, the flame's calm, and the night's acceptance. You realize you could stay here forever, giving the river lanterns one after another, each carrying away what no longer belongs to you. But then you notice something else. Just beyond the edge of the bank, nestled in reeds, a small wooden boat waits. Its shape is simple, its hull worn smooth by water, yet it seems steady, certain, made for this very purpose. The lanterns gather near it, their flames swaying like companions eager to guide you. The presence at your side nods toward the boat. Their gesture is gentle, patient. You understand. The time has come to drift not just by watching, but by joining. The river is ready to carry you. You are ready to go. The wooden boat waits in the reeds, its hull half in shadow, half touched by the lantern's glow. The water rocks it gently, not enough to startle, only enough to show it is alive, breathing with the river. The figure at your side lowers their lantern, letting its flame join the others, then gestures softly toward the boat. You step closer. The sand beneath your shoes gives way to the sound of water lapping against wood. The boat is small, but wide enough for comfort. Its edges smooth from many nights of drifting. Inside, soft cushions line the floor, their fabric dark but inviting, a place prepared for rest. You place a hand on the boat's side. The wood is cool, but firm, steady beneath your touch. It does not resist your weight when you lean, only steadies itself more firmly in the current. With one careful step, you enter. The boat dips slightly, then rights itself, as though adjusting just for you. The river holds you. The boat holds you.
You settle onto the cushions, sinking into their softness. They cradle your back, your shoulders, your head, until it feels as though the river itself has become a bed. The figure who guided you remains on the bank, watching silently, lantern light reflecting in their presence. Their eyes seem to say that you will not be alone, even as you drift. The boat moves almost imperceptibly at first, shifting with the smallest push of the current. Then, with a faint sigh, it begins to glide. No oars, no effort, no need to guide. The river takes its weight and yours along with it and carries you away. Lanterns float ahead, their flames bobbing gently. Some drift beside you, close enough that you can see their light shimmering across the boat's wooden sides. Others lead farther forward, forming a glowing path down the dark water. Their reflections stretch across the surface, long golden ribbons swaying with each ripple. The air grows cooler as the boat glides away from shore. It smells of water and faint wood smoke, of damp earth and far-off blossoms. Above you, the stars deepen, scattering more brightly now that the last of dusk has disappeared. The sky is indigo, vast and silent, while the river hums its low lullaby beneath. You are safe, you are carried, you can rest. The boat rocks slightly, not in haste, only in rhythm. It feels like a cradle, every movement swaying you deeper into calm. Your arms lie loose at your sides. Your breath steadies with the flow. The sound of water brushing the hull becomes a heartbeat, slow and patient, guiding your own to follow.
A lantern drifts close, its flame leaning toward you as though curious. It lingers for a moment, keeping pace with the boat, then drifts gently ahead, joining the others. You feel its quiet companionship even as it leaves your side. The figure on the shore grows smaller, fading into shadow until only the glow of lanterns remains. Yet you do not feel alone. The river has taken you, the lanterns surround you, and the night enfolds you completely. There is nothing left to hold. The river carries everything for you. The boat drifts farther from the shore, deeper into the heart of the river. Around you, lanterns multiply, hundreds of them now, their golden flames flickering gently. They move with the current like a slow constellation, spreading wide across the water, then gathering close again, shifting shapes the way stars do when clouds drift past. You sit back against the cushions and watch. The lanterns do not hurry. They drift as if the whole world has slowed to their pace. Some float just beside the boat,
so near you can almost touch their glowing paper. Others lead far ahead, tracing the river's path with light. Together, they form a current of their own, not just of water, but of calm, carrying you deeper into rest. The lanterns are your companions. They will not leave you. The river widens here, its surface stretching out like a mirror. Each flame doubles itself, one glow above, one glow below. Stars above, lanterns below, and you drifting quietly between them. It feels as though you are sailing not just a river, but a sky turned liquid. Every ripple becomes a galaxy, every shimmer a cluster of stars.
The air is filled with a soft hush, broken only by the faint splash of water brushing the hull. It is steady, rhythmic, the river's heartbeat guiding your own. In and out, in and out. You breathe with it, long and slow, until your chest feels as calm as the current. A cluster of lanterns gathers at the bow, swirling gently before drifting apart again. Their glow touches your face, warm and tender, as though the lanterns themselves are brushing you with light. For a moment, you feel every thought inside you loosen, every corner of the mind soften. The lanterns seem to take them, carry them, dissolve them into gold and silver reflections. The boat continues forward, not fast, not slow, only steady. You close your eyes for a moment and let the movement speak for itself. Rocking, gliding, drifting. No effort, no direction, only being carried. The lantern's glow paints patterns on the inside of your eyelids, warm and flickering like dreams before sleep. The river knows where to go. You only need to rest. When you open your eyes again, the lanterns stretch farther than you can see. Their flames bend slightly in the breeze, bowing toward the boat as if acknowledging your presence. Each one feels alive, not with urgency, but with patience. The patience of things that know how to wait, how to rest, how to be. You lean back deeper into the cushions, your head heavy, your arms loose at your sides. The sky above spreads vast and dark, stars weaving threads of silver into the black. The lanterns mirror them perfectly, until you cannot tell which is sky, which is water, which is dream. You are part of the river now. You are part of the night. The boat glides onward, and soon the riverbank draws closer on both sides. Tall willows rise along the water's edge, their branches arching far overhead until they meet, forming a living tunnel. The lanterns float beneath them, their golden flames tangling in the long green strands that trail down into the current. The willow branches bend low, brushing the water with soft, rustling sounds. The sound blends with the river's flow, creating a lullaby made only of leaves and water. It is not a song with words, but a rhythm that soothes in its simplicity.
a hush that repeats over and over until you feel your breath falling into its cadence. In and out, in and out. The lanterns drift beneath the branches, and every time they brush against the leaves, sparks of golden light scatter. They are not sharp, not fiery, only soft fragments of glow that shimmer briefly before fading into the air. Some sparks linger, hovering like fireflies above the river, their glow mixing with the lanterns already afloat. The willows keep you safe. They bend to shelter you. The branches arch over the boat, forming a roof of green and gold. Above you, faint starlight filters through the leaves, scattering silver into the lantern light. It feels as though you are sailing through a hidden passage, protected on every side, where the world outside cannot follow.
The boat drifts steadily, rocking just enough to remind you of its presence. Your body sways gently with it, your head growing heavier, your arms warm at your sides. The air beneath the willows smells of earth and river moss, cool and grounding, a fragrance that settles you deeper into rest. Lanterns collect in clusters among the branches. Some catch on the leaves, hanging for a moment, as though they have chosen to linger before the current tugs them free again. Others float smoothly through, their flames steady, their reflections bending in the ripples below. Together they weave patterns of gold and green, a tapestry flowing just for you. You close your eyes for a breath, listening to the sound of leaves brushing the water. The rhythm is so constant, so patient, that it seems endless. When you open your eyes again, the branches above sway slowly, not hurried by wind, but by their own gentle movement, as if they too are breathing with you. The figure of the willows fades behind you, their arch softening into distance. The river widens slightly again, releasing the tight embrace. Yet their presence lingers in your mind, the sound of their hush, the glow of sparks, the feeling of being sheltered as you drifted beneath their arms. The river carries you forward, the lanterns guide you, and the willows watch from behind. You are safe. You are at rest. The river narrows, drawing you into a place where tall stone walls rise on either side. They are smooth in some places, jagged in others, but all touched by the same silver glow of moonlight. The boat drifts forward, and the lanterns follow, their flames reflecting against the stone until the gorge itself seems to shimmer with quiet fire. The water slows as it passes through this narrow way. Its surface is dark and glassy, broken only by ripples that stretch the lantern's reflections into long, golden ribbons. Each ribbon climbs the stone, bending and swaying as though the light is painting constellations upon the gorge walls. You lean back, gazing upward. The sky is only a sliver here, a narrow stripe of indigo high above. Stars glimmer faintly in that narrow strip, but the gorge itself has made its own sky, a sky of golden flame reflected in stone. For a moment, you cannot tell which is above, which is below, which is real, which is dream. The gorge is holding you. You are safe within it. The sound here is different. No rustle of leaves, no wide hush of open river. Instead, every movement of water echoes softly against the stone, turning into a low hum. The lantern's flames flicker, and their light too seems to hum, though without sound, vibrating gently against the stone walls. It is a resonance you feel not only in your ears, but in your chest, your breath, your whole body.
The boat glides at the same pace as the lanterns. Some flames drift beside you, their glow brushing your arms and face. Others lead forward, painting paths of light along the gorge ahead. Together, they guide you deeper into the narrow passage, where stone and water and fire seem to blend into one. The air is cooler here, carrying the mineral scent of wet stone. It feels ancient, steady, unchanging. The gorge has held the river for countless nights, and it will hold it for countless more. In that steadiness, you feel your own body grow still, your own breath lengthen, your own thoughts quiet. You close your eyes for a moment, and the hum of the gorge deepens. It moves through you like a low lullaby, steady and sure. When you open your eyes again, the light has changed. The lanterns ahead seem brighter now, their flames multiplied in the still water, in the mirrored walls, in the sky above. You are surrounded completely by their glow. The river carries you through. The gorge protects you. The lanterns guide you. There is nothing more you must do. At last, the stone walls begin to lower, softening into hills touched by shadow. The gorge fades behind you, its hum lingering in your chest like the last note of a song. Ahead, the river widens again, opening into a new quiet space where gardens wait at the water's edge. The gorge falls away, and the river opens wide again, its surface smooth and steady as glass. The boat drifts into a broad pool where the current slows, almost as if the water itself has chosen to rest here. Around the edges, gardens bloom against the night, their flowers leaning over the banks as though eager to watch the lanterns pass. Blossoms in every shade of lavender, white, and pale gold sway gently in the night air. Some release petals that slip onto the water, floating beside the lanterns. The petals glow faintly, brushed by moonlight, and soon the river is filled not only with flames, but with flowers drifting together in harmony. The fragrance here is delicate, layered with sweetness. You breathe in and taste the garden on the air, jasmine soft and cool, roses warm and subtle, lilac faint and lingering.
Each breath carries another thread of calm into you, until you feel as though you are breathing flowers as much as air. The garden welcomes you. You can rest here. The lanterns gather in clusters at the edges of the pool. Some flames linger near blossoms, casting golden light across their petals. Others drift beneath arching branches, their glow brushing the undersides of leaves. The reflections ripple across the surface, doubling every flame, every flower, until it feels as though the entire pool is alive with light.
You lean back into the cushions, eyes half closed, watching the garden move softly around you. A lantern brushes close, its flame bright, then slips gently away. A petal lands near it, golden against white, and together they float downstream. You watch until they vanish, and in their leaving you feel yourself loosen further, as if they carried a piece of you with them. The boat sways faintly, its motion slower now, more like the rocking of a cradle. The sound of water has grown quieter, replaced by the faint murmur of flowers brushing against one another, stems creaking gently, petals touching like whispers. The night feels thick with kindness, layered in fragrance, color, and glow. The presence of the figure who guided you lingers still, unseen but near. Their silence is not absence, it is reassurance, a reminder that you are never adrift alone. The river, the lanterns, the garden, and the night itself are companions enough. You are carried. You are safe. You can rest. The pool widens once more, the garden receding slowly into the dark. Yet its fragrance remains with you, and its blossoms continue to float on the water, mingling with the lanterns. Ahead, the lanterns begin to draw together in a brighter cluster, their flames swaying in unison as though guiding you toward the end of the journey. The boat drifts steadily onward, carried by the slow current and the lanterns that surround you. Ahead, their golden flames gather more closely, forming a circle of light upon the water. They do not hurry, they do not waver. They simply wait, as though they have been guiding you to this place all along.
The circle glows brighter the nearer you draw. Each lantern bows slightly in the current, its flame steady, its reflection long and rippling. Together they form a crown of gold upon the dark river, an island of light in the sea of night. The boat enters the circle, and at once you feel the air shift. It grows warmer, softer, almost hushed, as if the lanterns themselves have woven a blanket around you. The water stills, the boat steadies, and every sound fades until only the quiet pulse of the river remains. You have arrived. The lanterns will keep their watch. At the center of the circle,
The boat slows to a stop beside a small mossy shore. The bank is low and green, covered in soft earth that glows faintly in the lantern light. A space has been prepared, a resting place waiting only for you. The cushions beneath you shift as you rise, but the boat remains steady, as if reluctant to let you go. You step gently onto the moss. It yields beneath your weight, springy yet supportive, like a bed formed by the earth itself. The fragrance of blossoms drifts here too, but softer, more delicate, a whisper of lavender and rain. The ground feels warm, as though it remembers every traveler who has rested here before.
You lower yourself slowly, lying back into the moss. It holds you easily, cradling every curve, every part of you. Your head grows heavy, sinking into the green softness. Your arms rest at your sides, your legs loosen, your breath lengthens. Above, the lanterns complete their circle, golden flames swaying gently, reflections shimmering in the water. They are guardians, companions, friends, each one watching over you with patient light. Beyond them, the stars shine faintly, but you no longer need to look. The lanterns are your stars now, close enough to warm you, near enough to keep you safe. You are safe, you are carried, you can rest. Your eyes grow heavier, drifting closed, then opening briefly again, catching the last soft flicker of flame. Each time they close, it is longer, softer, deeper, until you no longer wish to open them at all. The river hums below, the lanterns glow above, and you float between them, weightless and calm. The lanterns keep their circle, the river keeps its rhythm, the night keeps you in its hands. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to be. Sleep now. The night carries you into peaceful dreams.